in need of backup. Hostile control point identified. Heavily armored hostile detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Hello everybody, how you all doing? My name is Rafael and welcome to today's video. Today we have a Pestilence build. I know that this is not a new build, this is nothing new. This build has been around for a very long time. However, I keep on getting comments on other build videos of mine from people asking me for Pestilence builds or my opinion on Pestilence. So I decided that it was time to make a separate video about the Pestilence and break down pretty much how to make this thing have high bullet damage, but also tick enemies for more than 1,000,000 damage at full Pestilence stacks. So let's get into it. Starting off with the Pestilence, of course, Pestilence is a very nice LMG. It comes with 12% damage to targets out of cover, another 6% damage to armor, which means that we can have a bunch of multiplicative stats. Moving on to the talent, we have Plague of the Outcast. Hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times whenever an enemy dies. With this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. So the big deal with the Pestilence is how much you can get your debuff to hit for. And as you watched from the gameplay earlier, we're hitting all the way up to 1,250,000 or something like that. So I would say that this is a pretty strong build. Our Pestilence itself hits quite hard as well for around 700 with 800k per bullet, if of course it's critical hit damage. So overall the damage for this build is going to be pretty high. In order to obtain that high damage, however, we're going with full damage to armor and full damage to targets out of cover. As you see here, I'm running the two Walker Harris pieces for the 5% weapon damage and the 5% damage to armor. Then we have Contractor's Gloves for the 10% LMG damage, but also the 8% damage to armor. And then we have the Fox Bears for the 8% damage targets out of cover. Overall, in total, we have 20% damage targets out of cover. And then when it comes to damage to armor, we have 8 plus 6, that's 14, and another 5 from the Walker Harris set, that's all the way up to 19%. So enemies with armor are going to be down super fast, and especially if they're out of cover, because then not only we will have the 90% damage to armor, but also we will have the 20% damage targets out of cover. Moving on, the two remaining pieces of the builds are Echeska Vairoba holster for the 10% critical hit chance, and then we have a Grupo Sombra backpack for the 15% critical hit damage. As you can see, the talent of the backpack is the Vigilance for the 25% increased total weapon damage, and then on the chest piece we have the Glass Cannon for the 25% amplified damage. Obviously, yeah, I know, with Glass Cannon you're gonna die faster, but the whole point of this build was to stack as much damage as possible. I don't care about the survivability. Yes, we go down very fast, but I don't really care. I have my Revive Hive. If I go down, I get to revive my Revive Hive, and then I die again, then I obviously did something horribly wrong, because I've been playing with this build for hours and hours and hours throughout, you know, the last years, and I gotta tell you, all the times that I died was because I fucked up. We know that we don't have a lot of survivability. We don't have any survivability actually. So we want to be very careful on how we approach the enemies, keep a distance, allow the Pestilence debuff to kill enemies behind cover, make sure to kill first the Rashers, then the Grenadiers. Pretty much think about what you're doing. Don't just rush in front of the enemies without any cover, die, and then complain that Glass Cannon sucks. Glass Cannon is a very powerful talent if you know how to use it right. Now, for the attributes that I know a lot of people are going to be asking, first of all, we have 54% critical hit chance and 144% critical hit damage. On the mask, weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, gear mode. On the backpack, weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, gear mode. And then on the chest piece, we have 15% weapon damage, 5.5% critical hit chance, 12% critical hit damage, and 6% critical hit chance, gear mode. The gloves, weapon damage, damage to armor, critical hit chance. Knee pads, weapon damage, damage targets out of cover, critical hit damage. And then the holster, weapon damage, critical hit chance, and another critical hit damage attribute. Very known build, however, as I said earlier, simply because a lot of people have been asking for my Pestilence build. Here it is. Pretty powerful build. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Now, before I close this video, I want to talk a little bit about the channel, guys. As you may have noticed, the content the last couple of weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, has been fewer than normal. Videos have been fewer than normal, and that's because I honestly have run out of motivation to play Division and Battlefield, and that's not because I don't like the games, but simply because I think that there isn't really anything to talk about. With the delay on the Division 2 content, my motivation literally just took a huge dive, because you know, I was waiting for the new season, I was waiting for the new gear, the new weapons, the new exotics, all those kinds of things, and then they announced that they're gonna delay them. So really, I don't have much to talk about. I don't have any builds ideas, but even the build ideas that I have, I'm really not motivated to try them out and post videos about them. Same applies to the Battlefield content. Battlefield has been in a very bad state, so I'm really struggling to keep playing the game. I still have motivation to make videos. I still like content creation. I'm not gonna stop that. So I've decided that for the next few weeks, probably till the PTS for season 11 goes out in early January, I will take kind of a break when it comes from YouTube, and that's because I wanna just relax a little bit. Don't worry about how many views I'm getting daily, how many new subs, how many new videos I'm putting out there, because the last 3 or 4 months I've been really, pushing myself to create content, and I think that I'm starting to get burned out. So I think the best choice for me right now, especially since there isn't really any new content to cover, would be to just take a small break and come back with my batteries recharged when there is something new. That doesn't mean that there won't be any uploads throughout the remaining weeks of December, but there will be much fewer compared to the normal amount of videos you would get weekly. I want to thank you very much for your support. We're getting close to 4,000 subscribers. We're actually, at the time that I'm making this video, we are at 3,999 subs, which is crazy. Really appreciate it, guys, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm really glad to see that people actually enjoy and like the content that I put out there. So yeah, again, a huge thank you to you guys. But I think that for my mental health and in order to not get burned out when new content is actually out, I will take a break for the next few weeks. So yeah, thank you very much for supporting. Thank you for subscribing, for liking the videos, for watching my videos. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye bye.